I'm Jordan, and this is my wife Katie, and we have 4 kids in 10th, 8th, 6th, and 3rd grade, and we are starting Rain Christian Academy in the Ruby Hill neighborhood of Denver, Colorado, which will be a private Christian classical school.
Yeah, and one of the things our family values is caring for the vulnerable, and we've sought out how to do that in our city.
And one of the things we decided to do in 2014 was to launch Hope in Our City with our kids to serve refugee, immigrant, low-income communities here in Denver with a focus on education and mentoring. And we learned through the years that education plays a pivotal role in creating a thriving community.
Yeah, we've also learned through these cross-cultural relationships that while we do have some differences, there's a lot of things that we hold in common. And one of those commonalities that we found are the deep love parents have for their children and the hope for a bright future.
And so for our family, the last 10 years, in the first 10 years of our kids' education, we invested into our local neighborhood schools, as well as investing into the public schools through our work with Hope in Our City. But we've started to see this trend where it's been recent and drastic changes in policy and philosophy of the public schools, which has caused us to wonder and to begin to think and pray, was there something else? Was there other opportunities for us to consider?
And we started to flesh out what did we want for our own kids. And we knew that we wanted a solid academic foundation that would open up opportunities for their future. We also knew that we wanted them to learn to think critically and to debate respectfully, engaging with other people and other ideas in a way that was kind and thoughtful. We also really valued diversity. We've benefited, our kids have benefited from cross-cultural friendships and relationships, and we just think it's really important to learn how to interact with people different than yourself.
And as we realized that and fleshed that out, we began to see that the public schools were putting a lot of their time and resources into these policies and philosophies that did not align with these things that were our values and of importance to us. And we also began to learn that there was other families in our community that were expressing similar experiences.
Yeah, some of the families that we know that are new to America were sharing of the great sacrifices that they'd experienced or that they'd done in order for their kids to receive an American education. And really with the hope that their family would realize the American dream. And unfortunately, many of those kids were struggling in school, and also they were being taught values that opposed what the parents were trying to instill in their children.
Which that became clear to us, we needed to start a Christian school. Not just an academically excellent school, but something that would teach from a biblical worldview, that would integrate faith and learning. And we knew at that point that we could provide opportunity and hope because the youth in this city need hope.
Yeah, and so after listening to our greater community, we decided to seek the advice of experts and to travel across the country to visit schools to learn how institutions are forming the minds and hearts of children.
Which really began to get us excited because we started to see that kids could not just have to survive school, but could actually thrive in schools.
Yeah, and we started to pursue the classical Christian model, which seemed to offer a lot of solutions to the problems we were seeing. So first, it works on cultivating both the mind and the heart of children and teaching them to think critically, and also, rather than pulling away from culture, to engage culture through these lenses.
Yeah, one of the other things we liked is that it's integrating, not compartmentalizing, learning and faith. And so the opportunity to learn how God is involved in math and history, instead of separating those out and just teaching different subjects, was really exciting to us.
Also, it brings back joy into learning by sparking curiosity and wonderment and just making learning fun.
Well, and as a family, one of the things that was exciting was the ability to rethink the school day. And how do you involve the family? How do you give time back to the family for families to be together? As well as how do you draw in parents into this process and re-engage them in the education? Because not only were they the first teachers of their kids, but they are going to be the best teachers for their kids.
We also saw that we can be accessible to a diverse group of families, whether that's socioeconomically, ethnically, or religiously.
And we're really excited that God's bringing to fruition something that we can send our daughter to this fall as we open Rain Christian Academy in the fall of 2023. And we're really excited to be able to offer this to many families in our city.